Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanaya. I'm 20 years old and I live in Texas. I'm a substitute teacher and a mom to a baby boy. So if you hear any background noise, whether it's him, other voices, or even my dog's barking, I appreciate your patience in advance and I apologize in advance. Today I will be doing a budget with me. If you don't know what a budget with me is, it's essentially self-explanatory, but it's where I walk you through the process of how I do my budget. So if you like budgeting content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future videos. As far as updates go, it's not too many of them. There will be no Tiny Tuesday this week because I actually had to pull from my emergency fund again for the second week in order for me to survive. My second update is that starting April 12th, I will be getting paid weekly, so budgeting will look a little bit differently because that is when I start getting paid consistently or weekly for substitute teaching. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are budgeting. Our pay period is week 1 of April. The month is April. And this pay period will run from March 28th to April 4th. So yeah. All right, and we are actually gonna go ahead and take this from our last week and copy it and paste it. Cool. Okay, and then I do want to change the color of these to purple because that is the color this week. And that's what we're working with. All right. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and write all of our income. We did get paid for the first, we got paid for the first time for substitute teaching. So I'm going to write subbing. I hate the way that U looks. Okay, and then we got paid $41. The only reason why it was $41 is because it was only half a day. It was actually $45, but they take out taxes. So, $41. Okay, and then we are using money from our emergency fund this week. And we are going to be using $74. If y'all watched my unstuffing, then you know we took it out in the video. And then we will also have our $1 savings challenge from the month of March. And we saved $5. If y'all watched my unstuffing, then you saw that we counted that in that video. So we are working with a total of $120 this week, which my minimum is actually $115. All right, so we're not doing any savings challenges this month or at this week. Obviously, if we had to pull out of our emergency fund in order to survive, we really don't need to be doing any month or any savings challenges, not Tiny Tuesdays or anything like that. So we're going to go move ahead on to our cash envelopes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And as per usual, gas will be getting $30. I don't know what really happened last week. Well, I do know what happened. I went to Austin. My husband used my car. And it was just a hard week. He's out of commission. I'm transferring jobs. It's a hard week. So $30 didn't do us too well last week. I think we spent about $55 in gas. I spent about $55 in gas because I don't budget for him. And usually $30 will last me. It's just been hard. So we are budgeting $30 this week and see where that gets us for gas. Okay, and then this week we are budgeting $30 for groceries. We didn't do too well with $30 last week. I mean, we didn't go over budget, but we didn't use it responsibly. I think the only thing I bought with it was stuff for tacos, and tacos lasted us like 3 days out of the week. Mind you, there's 7 days in a week, so we've been surviving. But we had leftovers from the previous week, which was okay, but man, we need to be more careful. But this week we will actually be getting I actually get help with groceries this week, so hopefully we do a lot better now. Okay, and then dining out is getting nothing. My baby, as far as I know, he doesn't need anything. He actually, yeah, no, he doesn't need anything. I pulled him out of daycare. I got diapers, I got wipes. I bought him some clothes last week, which I had absolutely no money for, but I bought it anyway. So he really should be good. I think the only thing I need is a baby bottle brush, like a cleaner, for him. So yeah, but that's coming out of shopping. My dog, he's not getting anything in his cash envelope, but I'm not putting money in personal. I'm not putting money in medical. And for anybody wondering, no, I never got that prescription. I'm not putting money in beauty, and shopping is actually getting $15 because I need a new brush to clean his bottles, and then I need some body wash as well, some toiletries. And I was gonna put the money in personal, but I'm not only spending $15 for me. I'm just going shopping for us. I need something, he needs something, so it felt better to put it in shopping. But that's what it's for. Is to get a brush cleaner or a bottle cleaner and toiletries. Dating is not getting anything, and house maintenance is not getting anything this week. And then I didn't do anything, but that's $16.75. Is our total. And if we subtract 75, that leaves us with $45. We're scrolling down to sinking funds because they are getting stuffed. And we are going to work with my dog. He's getting $40. His food is $80, and I still have the $40 from his food that I put in there last week. And as far as I know, he's not low on food, so we might have a little extra money to shake and move with next week, hopefully, crossing my fingers. So that's gonna be good. And then the last $5, I'm actually gonna put that back in emergency fund, because that was the $5 I had left over from the $1 savings challenge. We're gonna put that back into emergency fund, and that is a total of $45, leaving us with nothing left. And that is our budget for the week. So yeah, that's my budget for the week. Y'all already know what's about to happen. We need to set up the cash. So we're gonna put that there, and I'm gonna grab, I'm sorry, move it out of frame. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cash planning sheet or my cash memo. We don't do bills this week because we did them last week. So at the end of this video, or at the end, we should be having $120. We're gonna look in here really quick. We don't need any 100s. We don't need any 50s. We do need 20s. We need one here, and then we need two here. So that's 4. We need 10s. We need one here, and one here. And I think that's it. So we need 3 10s. For 5s, we need one here and one here. So that's 2. And I think we don't need any 2s, 1s, or anything else like that. So we need, if we do 20 times 4, that's $80. If we do 10 times 3, that's $30. And if we do 2 times 5, that's $10. And if we add all of that up, it should equal 120. Can y'all see? So yes, 120. Oh, that scared me. I scared myself. How did that work? All right, we're gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of my cash or my prop money. I'm gonna speed through that because y'all, it's not really interesting. I'm gonna be honest, whenever I'm filming, most of the time it's just me talking, and then at the end of the video I have nothing to say. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me do it, but I'm gonna speed through it. All right, so I set out all the money. We're gonna give this a quick count and make sure it's $120. All right, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. Cool. And what we're gonna do with that, if you don't know already, it's going in my revolving binder. Here in this back pocket. Every week. It's stuck in there all right. Alright guys, so that wraps up today's video. We budgeted a total of $120, and you know, we had to pull from our emergency fund again. That's sad, but I'm really trying not to do it. I noticed that for any minor inconvenience, I like to pull from my emergency funds, which is terrible. It's actually really bad. And this last week, I actually had to pull for my baby's birthday. So we had to do a lot of sacrificing and a lot of adjusting. And I really want my baby to have a birthday. So I need to get this spending under control. So hopefully I can. And hopefully I can get more hours so that I can start replenishing his birthday fund and the emergency fund. It's just a matter of working more days, but I'm going to bust my behind for my baby's birthday. Even though he won't remember it, I will. And I would love to have a memory of just knowing that I worked hard for him to have a good first birthday, whether he remembers it or not. So yeah. Let me know in the comments, what are your plans for this week? Mine is to stay my behind home so I can save money, okay? That's my plan. I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna come home, because as long as I'm outside, my pockets are too. We don't need that. So that's my plan. If you guys don't have any plans for the week, then when is your birthday? Do you have any plans for your birthday? Alrighty, so yeah, drop your answers down in the comments. I'm sorry guys, I'm really sleepy and I would love to have some more energy for this video. I just have a lot going on, and I want to stay consistent, so I need to get this video out. But yeah, next time I will be doing the cash stuffing of this money that we just planned here. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.